I invite you to meditate on a very old concept that has become outdated. A concept, a virtue that originates in God, as every other virtue. Unfortunately, nowadays, is being forgotten. This virtue is practiced by few, which is an opportunity for you, because if you embrace this virtue, you will stand out from the majority once the majority does not practice it. I'm talking about honor. To honor. To be a person of honor, who practices honor. When we speak about honor, the concept of honor is connected with doing what is right for someone. To do what is right for the person, regardless of that person's merits. Honor is linked to your character, regardless if you like the person. You honor because you are committed with your own principles that determine you must do your part towards those who deserve it. Honor is to do what is right for someone, at least the minimum that you owe that person. For example, one of the greatest concepts of honor in the Holy Scriptures is the fifth commandment, the fifth out of the 10 commandments. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land. Is a commandment to the children. This commandment to honor your father and mother is about what? I owe to my parents, the ones who gave me birth. Without them, I wouldn't exist. I must do what is right for them, whether I like them or if they have been good or flawed parents, it doesn't matter. If I am a good child, then I will honor my father and my mother. So to honor is to do what is right for someone, at least the minimum that you owe that person. If it goes beyond the minimum, it's more honor. It's connected to the generosity of the one who is honoring, the love of the one who is honoring. The Bible, the Holy Scriptures, give us commandments or guidelines that are very clear regarding who we should honor. Obviously, beginning with God. God is the one who said, "He who honors me, I will honor them." The Bible says, honor the Lord with your assets and the first fruits of all your income, and your barns will be filled with plenty. God tells us to not honor God. The greatest honor of all we owe to God. But God also tells us to honor others. As I mentioned, father and mother, the Bible tells us to honor the wife, the husband. The Bible tells us to honor the marriage, which is interesting how marriage is mocked. You barely hear about the news of marriage celebration. You hear of divorce celebrations. They are exalting divorce. But marriage, they are mocking. No one wants to marry anymore. It's just like honor. Marriage is becoming something outdated. But the Bible tells us to honor marriage. The Bible says marriage is honorable among all, and the bed undefiled. In other words, the bed of the couple must also be honored. The Bible tells us to honor the widows, those that are helpless, our superiors. We must honor our superiors. Again, the same principle of honoring father and mother applies in here, regardless if you like your superior or if you agree with them or not. They are your superior. If you work for a company and you don't like your superior, you are free to leave. But to speak ill of them, to start gossiping or to cause rebellion. In the company, this is a dishonor. It's shameful. The Bible tells us to honor our spiritual leaders. It's not hard to understand. If I must honor my superior and my work, my boss, regardless if he believes in God, so imagine our spiritual leaders who take care of our souls. The Bible tells us to honor the elderly. I don't need to explain that. Again, something that is outdated. Back in the days, when an adult would enter the room, the teacher would enter the classroom, the students would stand up. Am I right? Many will not remember, or they have never lived that. I did. When the teacher would enter the classroom, everybody would be silent and would stand up. It was honor to the teacher, was respect to the teacher, disrespect to the elderly. When the grandparents would enter in the house, would ask them for the blessing. I don't know if you remember that, or if you just got the end of it, the end of this generation. Thank God I got the end of it, the end of this generation. But the Bible tells us to honor the elderly in a time that children are killing their parents for no reason, for a mobile phone, for a video game. The Bible tells us to honor those who deserve. In other words, everyone. There's even a direction in 1 Peter 2:17 that we should honor all people. So this concept of honoring all their due, so I must look at what I own to people and do my part. This is to honor. So it's to honor my commitments as a husband, as a father, as a son, at work, my responsibilities towards those that I work with. All that I owe to someone, I must fulfill that. I should owe nothing but love. This is the concept of honor. And so that you may remain honored from God, first you must honor Him. You must be a person of honor, truly of honor, with actions. And God does not only want honor with actions. Look what He said through prophet Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13. Therefore the Lord said, inasmuch as these people draw near with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the commandment of man. Listen, there are two types of honor: the external honor, what I do, and the internal one, what I think and feel in regards to a person. It's possible, as God said, to honor only externally. It's possible for you to honor just with your mouth. Mom, Dad, good morning. Yes, sir. Yes, boss. Just with your mouth to honor the person, to do what is right. But in your heart, there's hatred, contempt, disdain, evil eyes. I don't see the day to leave this place, this house. I hope that they fire me. In your heart, you may have a feeling that is completely contrary to what you're doing on the outside. And it's what God is condemning here. What's the point of you honoring me with your lips and your mouth and your heart being away from me? You are only concerned about fulfilling man's commandments, but not mine. So God rejected the type of honor that was only external once there was the absence of the internal honor. What does God want? He wants both. If you only honor God with your lips, but your inside is far from Him, then you are a hypocrite. But if, on the other hand, you only honor God in your head, as many they say, I believe in God, I love God, God is first in my life, I love Him, He is everything for me, God is this, God is that, the person thinks that inside they honor God. They might even have good intentions within in regards to God, but they are not strong enough to show them on the outside through actions. It's the faith of demons that I spoke previously. That person that says that they believe as demons do, but they do nothing. They do nothing in regards to this faith. So those who have honor only external and not internal, they are hypocrites. And those who have honor inside, they believe in God. They truly believe in God, that God is everything for them and first, but they don't translate these feelings and thoughts to the outside. They have a dead faith, the faith of demons, a demoniac faith, a faith that solves nothing. God does not search for honor inside or outside. He seeks for both, the complete, total and sincere honor. From the inside out, what I feel inside, I show on the outside, and when I am doing something outside, it relates to what I have inside. This is the honor that God is looking for. So that is why many are like this today, receiving God's disdain, being disdained by God, because they despise God. It's what the word says. It's not me speaking. He said that. In the same part that he says, those who honor me, I will honor them. He says, those who despise me, I will despise them. So it is action and reaction. It is Newton's law. Action and reaction. How I treat God, I am treated. So if you want to become someone who is different before God and before the world, start to observe if you have fulfilled your role of honoring those who are due, beginning with your family, those who are closest to you, and mainly God. Have you been fulfilling your role? Have you been having actions and thoughts and character that are honorable before God? Or who knows, you have been despising, bringing shame, and being in debt with God and others. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.